guys, so today's video I am actually going to be talking to you about some of my favorites for the month of April. Now I do know this is like the halfway point in May, so I'm way late. I have no excuse, like not even a bad excuse or a good excuse, but I did want to share some things with you guys, so here it is. So the first category is recipe. And if you've not been following along with my pregnancy things, you might not know, I have not cooked in like months. I've not cooked anything in months because I'm unbelievably sensitive to smells and basically all things food related. Even though I'm now in my second trimester, doesn't seem to matter. So Eric has been cooking really simple, honestly kind of like blandish things for me, but I want to talk to you about my favorite grilled cheese recipe, because everybody loves grilled cheese. So first of all, the key to a good grilled cheese, in my opinion, is the bread. If you don't have the right bread, you're doing it wrong. And I think the best type of bread is a like hearty sourdough. Now this is the type of sourdough, sourdough. I like sourdough that's kind of like hard and has some substance. So like you could see I'm like squishing it a little bit, and it's not going like, you know, like normal soft bread would do. So this has some substance to it. And I think the flavor in sourdough bread is incredible. If you're feeling fancy, you could use Kerrygold butter, which I think is my favorite butter, and it does make a difference. Kerrygold is great on everything. It's so good. So love Kerrygold. Then also, if you want this like little extra crunch, this is for when we're not if you're like me, this is how I like it normally. I can't do this step if I'm pregnant because it's too much. But so you do bread, you do fancy butter, then if you sprinkle Parmesan cheese on top of it, so it'll be like on the outside on the pan, then you will have like this amazing like Parmesan cheese crust, and it's like this extra crunch. So like you'll already get like a nice little crunch with the sourdough bread because it's like a heartier bread, and then it'll be like double crunch, you know. Oh, and it's so good. And then you put cheese. I like to keep my cheese like really simple and not like super like super cheesy. I just put provolone cheese in. I don't put a lot. Usually it's just like a single layer. Sometimes it might overlap a little bit depending on the size. And you are good to go. And it's so good. But if you have not tried it with the sourdough bread, please do. Also, I know this is not like necessarily like a life-changing thing, but it's super good. Yeah, so that's the only recipe I can offer you guys because we're in survival mode, and we'll probably be in survival mode for a while. So for my like food item or something food-ish that I'm loving, guys, I'm loving boxed pasta salad. And especially like now it's even continuing to get warmer, and it'll just continue. This is so good. Particularly, this is actually new. I usually would get like the classic kind of pasta salad in this, but try this Caesar. The Caesar is actually really delicious, and it's nice and it's tangy and it's refreshing, and it's so good, and it lasts for a long time. Well, I mean, like, it's multiple servings, which is awesome. I do not like mayonnaise-based pasta salads, and this is not. This is more like oily type, uses like olive oil or whatever, which is great. If you have a recipe that you really like for pasta salad that does not have mayonnaise, I don't know why. I get easily grossed out by mayonnaise. Please let me know, because, I feel like this is probably very easy to try out. We also, one thing we need to try out is we got a bottle of olive oil salad dressing, and because we were, no, Olive Garden. Sorry, I don't know where my brain is. Olive Garden salad dressing, and that we were just like, oh, what if we just made pasta and poured some Olive Garden salad dressing on it? Is that the same? I don't know. It sounds like it would be good. So we're going to try that eventually, and I'll let you know how it goes. Alright, oh, I'm just looking at my list here. So what I've been reading, in the month of April, I still was really struggling with new content. I couldn't, like, I think I was struggling with stress with everything that's going on. And for whatever reason, if I didn't know how things ended, I didn't want anything to do with it. So I didn't read any new books. I didn't watch any new shows, except for obviously like Survivor, because you kind of know someone's going to win in the end, you know. So I didn't do any reading. I didn't even read my baby books because there are stressful things in baby books too. But what I did do is I did a lot of reading in Facebook groups. Does that, I don't know if that counts, but I wanted to say that I really am enjoying this one Facebook group, and it's very specific to my situation, but it is a Facebook group for mothers-to-be that are going to be due in October 2020. And it's really great because I'm able to see, like, a lot of people might have a lot of similar, like, questions that I do. I'm very much a lurker in, like, just in a lot of ways, you know, so I'm not active or I don't do any of those things, but I really enjoy, like, reading it and just seeing people who are in such a similar situation that I am, seeing how they're going through, what questions they're asking and things like that, which is really good. So if you find a positive Facebook group, and it is really positive and not a lot of drama from what I can see, which is rare, which I feel like is rare on social media. But I've been just reading, oh my gosh, and I've been looking, so a lot of people will like post their baby registries so we could get ideas and stuff. I have been loving that, loving that. Yes, so the next category are things for the home. So once again, I've been on survival mode, so I haven't been doing a lot for the home, but I might have mentioned this, probably in some of my my Disney videos, but I am obsessed with this water bottle for a lot of reasons. And I'm now starting a small collection so I could wash these more often. But this water bottle in particular is amazing. I have basically been unable to drink anything except for like flat regular water and maybe some juice. Like anything with bubbles can't do, basically all other forms of drinking I cannot do. So I've been really into water, which is great because it's healthy. But the problem is that California water, and if you've been to Disneyland, you probably know, does not taste that great. So what is awesome about this water is you probably can see, is it has a filter system in, which is so great. This is the Brita, Brita, it says here. So this is the Brita water bottle system, and I also love ones that have like straws in them. I just prefer straws, and I carry this around with me everywhere. You will, like, not that you guys will be walking around with me at my house, but basically I always have this within arm's reach. I am drinking a ton of water, and if you are trying, and I know that drinking water is really helpful if you're trying to lose weight or just be healthy in general, and if you do not like the taste of your water in your state, I would highly, highly recommend this one because it's awesome and it comes in lots of different colors. And I love it so much. Yes, so that is, does that count as for the home? I mean, like, I have to wash it. I guess Eric does it for me. Yes. So, beauty. Can you guys tell? Still not into wearing makeup. Don't care. And honestly, it was my husband's birthday not too long ago, and so I straightened my hair to try to be like, okay, I'm going to try to do something. So that's the only reason why my hair is straightened. So I have not really cared that much about beauty, but I want to talk to you guys about something we have been using and we have been making, which is pretty face masks. So these are masks my husband and I have been making, and look at, oh, it's upside down. So these don't, like, if you have them just regular, right, it's not that impressive because it's pleated. But when you actually wear it, I'm not going to put it on right now, but when you actually wear it and it puffs out, like covering your face, can you guys see? There's Rapunzel. How cute, right? Yeah, so we have been making these non-stop to donate to like local nursing homes or things like that, but also we have been making these at cost. And I am going to do a shameless, not so shameless plug. I think this is going up on Friday, so Monday, May 18th at I think 5 o'clock. If you go on our website, we're going to have a pre-order open and available. Please make sure you read the description so you guys know the time frame. But I am really passionate about trying to make masks at cost for people. So these are these masks just cost $3, which is just basically the cost for the elastic, the thread, and the fabric that is being used. We're not charging for our time or for our labor because we're all in this together, and I really want to be able to try to do my part. So this is as close to like fashion or beauty that I could get for these things. But so if you still need a mask, oh, and there is like a pocket filter thing if you want to add a filter to it. If you want to make if you want a mask, check us out on Monday. If not, totally fine. But I don't know, just that extra security is nice. Alright, so we have been just rewatching things essentially. So we've been watching The Lost Survivor, which is awesome, but other than that, I don't really have any, like, I haven't even been really watching YouTube or stuff. We've been just rewatching things a lot because it's too stressful. So I'm sorry I don't have a recommendation for that. But I do have a recommendation for a podcast, with a little caveat. So, let me tell you a little bit about me. One thing about me is that in general, I have very strong opinions about everything. I just do. And I like things done my way. You could ask Eric about it. But I am always flexible to changing how things are done. And I tell this to my husband, if you can convince me that your way is better than mine, I don't care. I don't care about being wrong about something. I don't care about doing it my way. I want to do it what I think is the best way. So if obviously I think in general, I'll first think like my opinion is right, or I will think that my way is the best way. But I'm very willing to have my mind changed, because I don't really care. Like, I get no satisfaction about like being right or having the last word. Like, I really do not care at all about this. I just want it's more like I get motivated by things being done the right way. So I don't care who comes up with the idea of it being the right way. So one thing that I really like to do is I like to listen or try to understand things that are different from my opinion or different from things that I believe in, because I feel like people who have different opinions than I do, and they're not trying to come my guess is they have probably very similar or the same intentions that I have. And so I want to give them the benefit of the doubt and take time to rethink their things, just like I hope that they would for me. And if we still come out with like different opinions, then who cares? But I just really want to try to understand where other people are coming from. And so one thing, this is really dumb, okay? This is really dumb. One thing is that drove me crazy is, do you guys know that actress Gwyneth Paltrow? She was from like the Iron Man series. She was like Tony's love interest, Iron Man's love interest, and I think she's in other things too, but I'm a Marvel person, so I know her from that. And then she has the Scoop line, which is this like, it's very, I don't even know how to describe it properly, but it's very, very expensive, and to me, that a lot of things seemed ridiculous for this one. And she like, so she had this interview regarding the Marvel thing, and it just rubbed me the wrong way with one. And so I didn't have a great opinion about her, because I was like, I just didn't have a great, I don't want to talk negatively. I did not have a great opinion about her. But I listened to this podcast. It's called Armchair Expert, and Dax Shepard, who is married to Kristen Bell, who does the voice of Anna in Frozen, excuse me, he did an interview with Gwyneth Paltrow, and they are friends. And I was so, like, I really liked this interview because I wasn't super excited to listen to this interview with her, because I just didn't have a great opinion for what was shown, what I knew about her. I didn't have a great opinion about her. But through this podcast and interview, she seemed a lot more relatable. She seemed a lot more kind. And yeah, like, I still think her Goop thing is a little bit crazy and stuff like that. But I just really like that by the end of this interview, I was able to be like, hey, she is just a person. Don't have a negative opinion about a person you don't know. Because I, like, sometimes for like celebrities or stuff like that, I just get opinions about people, you know. I feel like maybe that's a little bit natural. And anyway, and I really like when my opinions about someone are challenged, especially when it's challenged in a more positive way, because I just think it's a good reminder for me, and probably for everybody, that it's really hard to know the whole story about people, especially like celebrities or people we don't know, people we just don't know very well. And I just really liked and appreciated the reminder to be more empathetic, even with celebrities, because they're people too, you know, and maybe not to like judge so harshly. I like reminders in entertainment things that that lead me towards being more the person that I want to be, which is a lot more empathetic towards people. Anyway, I felt like that was a little bit of a weird conversation to have in a favorites, but I think that is it for the favorites. So thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, I'm sewing a lot, so my wrist is hurting, by the way, just in case you're wondering about this. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing and sticking with us. I know we got a lot of our subscribers when we were doing our weight loss thing, and Eric is going really strong on dieting and exercising, and I'm growing strong, growing a little baby in me. So thank you guys so much for sticking with us and watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.